What's up, guys? Almost Survival here, and today I'm going to be reviewing my Soviet mess kit. Now, I picked this up on Amazon for about 20 bucks, $5 shipping, so about $25. Now, I really wanted the German M31 mess kit, considering it is 3-piece and this is only 2-piece, but the East-West German sets are all really the same to this, so it really doesn't matter. They're all the same design. This is supposed to have a leather strap that runs through it that holds it together, but I don't think a lot of these came with it. I think that was really mostly on the M31s, but all the M31s that I could find online were all reproductions that were made in China. And this one was the cheaper one, which is actual USSR surplus. So better option in my opinion. And plus, I just like having old surplus like this. It does work good, and extra piece of kit to have. Now this is a little bulky in size, but it is fairly lightweight. It only weighs about 17 ounces, so a little over a pound. Not too heavy. This one in particular, I don't know if you can see that there, because it's kind of faded out. It was made in 1979, so it is a Cold War era set. Now, I don't know when they stopped, but I've seen somewhere that up until recently they were still issuing these to Russian soldiers. Now, I don't know who or how many they issued out, but it's pretty neat that they still use these up until this day. Usually stuff like this, in any where most militaries, they get thrown out when something better comes along, or they just sell them off to the civilian market. Which, that being said, this being surplus, you expect to clean stuff when you get, especially like cooking utensils, cookware, mess kits, water bottles, stuff like that. Even if you buy them from the store brand new, you expect to clean them. Cleaning this thing is not easy when you first get it. Well, when you get it, it is straight from surplus. That being said, it is covered in a layer of oil. Now, the only thing that I can compare this oil to is Cosmoline. Now, if you've ever cleaned Cosmoline out of a rifle, you know how difficult this was. I mean, I took the better part of a couple hours cleaning this out, inside and out. The outside was easy to clean, just wiped it off, but the inside is where it was thick. And it was because it's exposed aluminum, so it protects it from rusting. Now, if you're doing, like day hikes or, little bushcraft trips where you don't got to carry a lot of stuff, or you just want to do some stuff with some surplus gear, this is fine to use. But as far as, multi-day trips or anything, I wouldn't carry this. Or if you got 2 or 3 people with you that you're going camping with or something, you can cook one meal in this for everybody. Like, you can cook rice, beans, noodles, soups or broths, or soups or stews, stuff like that. So, everybody can get a meal. You can set it over a fire and just let it slowly simmer up. But as far as, just one person, I wouldn't do it. But because this does hold a good amount of stuff. It holds about, I think the big one is 1.5 liters. So it does hold a good amount of fluid. That being said, you can store stuff inside of it, which I got here. I got actually all my stuff in here: my food, stove, fuel, other stove, and eating utensils. These didn't come with it. This is just my stuff here. Now, what I love about these mess kits here is this little pan pot here. You can use this for anything. You can use it as a lid for the main pan. You can use this as a little pan itself, to cook with. You can use this as a bowl. You can use this as a lid or a cup. It's endless with this. And it doesn't it holds up pretty well. Now, all this is one-piece aluminum, and very strong aluminum at that. I mean, it's not weak aluminum. But that's about it with my review. I'm just gonna cook in it, see how well it does. This being aluminum, I don't know what kind of paint this is on here. I don't know if it's, you know, heat protective or what but I'm gonna set up my alcohol stove here and cook up some a few things. I'm gonna use both of them to cook with. I think some noodles and bacon wouldn't be good, or wouldn't be a bad breakfast. So I'm gonna cut to get everything set up, then I'm gonna cut back when I start getting things ready. Well, this actually sets pretty perfectly on my little Lexada stove here. One good thing about this is this handle here. On one side it folds all the way under for storage, but on this side it won't go all the way down. So if you did put it in a fire or something, you won't have to reach into the coals to get it. Well, of course you're not going to want to touch it with your hands. It'll be hot if it's in a fire, but you can use a knife or a tent stake or a stick to pull it out of the fire. And it is fairly well balanced too. When you string it up like this, it is fairly well balanced. Now, for some reason with the lid on it, it's not really balanced, but it don't matter. I'm just gonna let the water start boiling up here, cause I've got to cook these first. Then I'm gonna add the bacon. And I've got to say, this mess kit is working fairly well. It's only been about 5 minutes, and it seems like this is almost ready to be done. Very good. Very good for the money. Like I said, size is kind of but it is lightweight. You can't store stuff inside of it. You can make a fairly big meal if you use stuff like rice and beans and such. Or if you want to make a stew, this is a good pot to use. And you ain't got to carry a big pot in a bag or anything. This will fit in a bag fairly well, or a haversack or something. And I'm gonna let this finish up, then I'm gonna switch over. Alrighty, now I'm sorry I couldn't show the cooking in this one, because holding this handle was not the easiest thing at the stove, considering it did get pretty hot on me. And we found out that this paint is not heat protective, so it will come off, so just prepare for that. So, and this is exposed aluminum, so this may rust a bit if you leave it out somewhere. But it doesn't look too bad there. Got a few pieces of bacon in there, just perfect. So I'm just gonna take some out and put it in this bowl pan and use it the way it's supposed to. I mean, holding this handle and eating out of this is fairly nice. And also it protects your hand if you put some stuff that's hot in here. You don't have to hold underneath it like most mess kits are, like with the bowls. You can just hold here or hold it here, and it's perfect. And probably one of the good perks about it is if you eat this much, you can save the rest. Now, you probably got to be a little bit careful with it, because I'm pretty sure this, well, I'm almost positive that it is not watertight. So if you do put this back in a bag, you want to put it straight up or just tie it to the outside or just carry it. But you can save a meal for later if you cook too much, or like I said, if you got more than one person with you, you can have this out and cook a good sized meal in it and have enough for everybody from just one mess kit, instead of everybody, you know, cooking something different. It can be a little bit more universal. But all in all, not a bad kit, not bad for the money. Fairly sturdy, holds up well. Good for a collector or reenactor, I guess, too, if you wanted to do that. I mean, this is pretty much new, unissued surplus, so pretty good. Just remember, I mean, when you get it, clean it out, because that oil, it's going to be in there. So, I mean, you got to clean that out. It's going to take you minutes cleaning it out, but you should be fine after you scrub it pretty good. That's about it. like, share, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for future videos, and I'll catch y'all next time.